This week on Wildcat News, we learn about what the laws regarding politics in the classroom are,
about one local apprenticeship for students,
and how one student travels thousands of miles away just to visit family.
All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now. Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Katherine Serrell.
And I'm Brody Hall. With presidential elections coming up in the next year, politics in the classroom could become quite an issue. Staff members speak about what they feel is appropriate.
I don't think it's my job to influence students. We give you information, and that's our job as teachers, is to give you the information to where you can make the decision that you want to make. That's what education is all about. I'm not going to give my personal view out like that before an election or something of that nature. After an election, as a teaching point, I may give a piece of information out.
I think that is important for social studies teachers to discuss current events and politics with their students. I do occasionally give my personal opinions on things, but I open it up for students to also give their personal opinions to create an atmosphere of communication and open dialogue.
While the policies regarding the promotion of political opinion in the classroom may seem unclear, Dr. Coates shed some light on what is actually in writing.
Well, there's a couple of policies. One is, of course, the North Carolina Code of Ethics. Then there's always a local Board of Education policy. I'd have to look up the number, but there's a local Board of Education policy that governs how we can interact and share our political views with students.
Johnston County Schools Board Policy 5170 states that no person employed by the Johnston County Board of Education shall engage in partisan political activity during the employee's working hours or at any time the employee is performing his or her job duties for the school system. Political discussions in the classroom present a slippery slope for teachers because there is a fine line between informing versus persuading student opinion.
When I was in college, we did discuss how we should approach political topics in class and how we should open it up for debate and not push our opinions on students, but rather play devil's advocate to have students support their opinions.
Thanks to a collaborative community effort, new employment opportunities are available to high school students. Erik Beene tells us more.
Last Thursday, prospective applicants visited the Caterpillar plant in Clayton for an open house on the Caterpillar Pre-Apprenticeship Program. The program is a partnership between Caterpillar, JCC, JCS, and the Department of Commerce.
We are doing this because of the need to develop a talent pipeline in operations and manufacturing. We don't have the strong pipeline we did back when many students were coming off of farms or working in shops. And so we see the need to help create, from a recruiting perspective, a deep development of talent that we can recruit to put into our assembly positions.
The 18-month program offers free college classes through JCC and paid on-the-job training and work. However, applicants must be a junior in good academic standing with a weighted GPA of 2.0 to qualify.
So the opportunities are truly endless. To get your foot in the door through this pre-apprentice program can only help you, both because you have the brand recognition of the Caterpillar name on your resume and also because you have the experience of working in an advanced manufacturing environment.
The presentation enticed several juniors in attendance.
I'm thinking about applying because I really find this a great opportunity to work for one of the biggest companies in manufacturing. Definitely going to help me with college applications and you know, having them look at me already having worked with Caterpillar before graduating high school, I think really gives me that much more of an advantage.
The 28-hour work week could complicate students' already packed schedules.
I'm going to try my best to be able to do school and like sports and be able to do the pre-apprenticeship with Caterpillar, and hopefully it works out. If not, then sacrifices have to be made.
Students interested in the program should contact Debbie Burns in Student Services for more information. I'm Erik Beene, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Erik. Katherine, how did you decide to buy your first car?
Thankfully, I didn't have to. My dad did all of the work.
Unfortunately, that isn't the case for some students. Ray Kemp gives us an inside look on what to look for when purchasing a new car.
As a high school student, having a reliable car is very important. Car salesman Todd Puckett gives us information about promising options.
I think a reliable car for a teenager starting to look for a vehicle would maybe possibly be either a Honda or a Toyota. They're not only fuel efficient, but they're safe vehicles. have a good safety rating and a good dependability rating. I think either a Honda or a Toyota, either one will be a good choice for a first vehicle. I actually purchased my daughter when she was a teenager. When she was 16, her first car that I bought her was a Honda Accord. And she had it for about 4 years, gave her excellent service. I felt comfortable that she was safe in the car, and it was fuel efficient, so it worked out to be a good vehicle for her. A lot of fuel efficiency depends on how you maintain a vehicle. If you maintain a vehicle with regular maintenance and keep your tire pressures checked and things like that, it'll go a long way to increasing your fuel efficiency in a vehicle.
Puckett tells us the importance of doing your research on cars before you buy them.
I would say for young adults buying their first car, one of the best tips would be is to just do your research. Do your research the type of vehicles that you're interested in. Check the safety ratings, check the availability of them, check the maintenance histories of them. How much does it cost to maintain? What was my cost of insurance? I think all those things are important factors when you're looking for your first vehicle.
I'm Ray Kemp, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Ray.
Now over to Jamie Snover with the rundown.
I'm Jamie Snover, and welcome to the Rundown. Here's the last week's scores. Wednesday, varsity soccer won 3-1 against Southeast Raleigh. Tennis won 8-1 against Knightdale. Thursday, JV and varsity volleyball played Clayton. Varsity won 3-0 and JV lost 2-1. Friday, varsity football won 30-0 against Harnett Central. Monday, varsity soccer lost 2-1 against East Wake. Here's a look at the game of the week. Last Wednesday, varsity soccer beat Southeast Raleigh. Austin Stevenson scores the first point of the game after an assist from Levi Martin with 38 minutes left in the first half. Christian Torres passes the ball to Levi Martin to make the score 2-1 West. Luis Molina seals the game with a goal late in the second half, finalizing the win 3-1 West. Katherine Serrell met with Olympic gold medalist Charlie Huchin to discuss what led him to a successful swimming career.
Last Wednesday, 2012 gold medal Olympian Charlie Huchin spoke with young athletes discussing what has lended to his successful swimming career.
A big component of my success, I believe, was learning how to train the right way. And that's train your mind the right way, that's train your body the right way. It's kind of the quality versus quantity idea, but it was a little bit deeper than that, and the idea that there's a difference between practicing and practicing with a purpose.
Huchin shares a bit of advice on how to improve in all walks of life.
I'm always going back to improve something every day. I regret not improving something when I make a mistake. If I have any advice to share, it's know what you have to hold on to when you're moving at 120 miles an hour.
I'm Katherine Serrell, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Katherine. Volleyball is playing away on Tuesday and away on Thursday. Soccer plays home on Wednesday and away on Monday. Come out and support all your fall athletes. I'm Jamie Snover, and that's your week's rundown.
So Brody, most of your family lives in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, most of them live in North Carolina, except for a few in Florida, but we don't visit them due to the long car rides.
Well, one student has to travel over 3,000 miles just to see her family. Anastasia Lonesky reports.
While many people's summers consist of beach days and Disney vacations, Deven Rayce travels to another continent entirely to visit with her family.
I've been to Europe maybe about 6 times now. Previously, I've traveled to England, Paris, I've gone to Scotland, to Versailles for a while in Paris. In Scotland, we traveled pretty much up England to Edinburgh and little things.
Rayce explains the cultural differences and why her family visits so frequently.
I mostly just enjoy the culture over there. I mean, it's not exactly majorly different, but it's this is the subtle things. The little sayings and the weird little idioms, I guess, that they say, they're not really hard to understand. You just have to look at them in context and tone of voice. And we go to England because my dad is British and we have family over there, so whenever we can, we just pop over and say hi. I plan on going back hopefully next summer. We usually go once every 3 years, so we might be going to visit cousins in Germany next year.
I'm Anastasia Lonesky, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Anastasia.
Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any comments, questions, or story leads, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com or send us a tweet at wjstudentmedia.
And if you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on past episodes, go to wjstudentmedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Katherine Serrell.
And I'm Brody Hall. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of the week.